Hello and welcome back to my extremely boring but sometimes entertaining YouTube channel. Today what I am going to be doing is I will be doing a get ready video with me. I'm going to be doing my makeup, but I'm not going to be like doing a tutorial. It's going to be more of like a get ready with me and me talking to you about a couple of things. So let's do this dang thing. I want to talk about Sephora Squad. I want to talk about my health. I want to talk about a couple of things. And yeah, you're just gonna hang out with me while I get ready. So without further ado, let's get started. This is going to be a little challenging for me because I'm used to having the camera set further away from me to get, you know, my face in here. I have it propped up to the best of my ability. I am watching Steph Sanjati's new her new video. She's been a YouTuber that I've been really into watching lately. I really enjoy her content. She's hilarious, so you guys should go check them out. Steph Sanjati, you can see her right here. She's beautiful. I'm gonna try to do like a quick makeup look because I don't want this video to be too long. I want to just do my makeup like I would normally, but talk to you guys about a couple of things. So let's get started. So before I started this video, I had already cleaned all the makeup off my face, and I do two things before I start doing my makeup, and I'll just share them with you really quick. I use this oil, and you just need a little bit, and I rub it into my face, and I let it, you know, soak up, and it doesn't take long, and it makes my skin glow. I'm going to be using my new Fancy mirror that I got for $1 at the dollar store. The mirror is real, but the outside is plastic, but the mirror is actually, you can maybe see my setup and like some of my weird stuff on my desk, but it looks vintage. I love it. I've been looking for a mirror or thinking about getting a mirror, and this just adds the aesthetic to my desk that I just absolutely love. Once the oil dissolves into my skin, then right now I've been really into this new line by Wet n Wild called their Rose collection. So this is what the primer looks like. It's called Water Drop Primer. It makes your skin, like your face, smell like roses. I'm not kidding. So now that I have done all my prepping and everything, I'm ready to work on my foundation, and I'll show you the products that I'm using, and then I'm just gonna start talking to you. I just discovered the new Morphe Fluidity foundation collection, and holy crap guys, it is amazing. Get a color that's a little too dark for my skin. This one is in the shade F210. They have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of shade colors. I would recommend it to anybody. Like literally they cater to so many different skin colors and skin tones, and it has great coverage. I believe it's $18. But what I've been doing is I've been using a little squirt of this, and then I take my Born This Way foundation by Too Faced. This is in the shade Snow, and I take a couple of little, and it's like at the end. Of course this would do this to me, like, you guys, I think she's done. Which makes me really sad. I tried to get as much as I could. This looks like a nightmare. Anyways, what I usually do is I would blend it, so I'm just gonna try to blend it all over my hand here and try to make sure that I get everything kind of like together. It looks like a mess. Okay, so I take my beauty blender that I've already dampened, and we're gonna go ahead and put this stuff on our face. I mean, look at this coverage. I don't know if you could see it as well as I can, but it's insane. And it matches my skin tone really well. But yeah, I want to talk about the Sephora squad first. A couple of people have actually brought this to my attention, and like, I have thought about it myself, and they're not being rude about it, and it's a good question to ask. But I've been asked, you know, like, if you get chosen, like, how are you going to, like, go to events, or, you know, like, how are you going to be able to do everything? Like, that honestly is something that does scare me. When I did my application, I told them and was very, very honest about the life that I live, about my disability and living in chronic pain, you know, all of the above. So if they decided to, you know, maybe consider me an option, that's probably a conversation that I'm gonna have to have. Yeah, it does interfere with everything in my life, pretty much, my pain effects. And it's a valid question to ask. However, I have a, like, internal policy with myself. I save a couple of, like, days of the year, regardless of how much pain I'm in or not, to do something that I know that if I don't do, I'll regret. Whether it's, you know, going out with my boyfriend, or going out with some friends, or, you know, being in a wedding. There are some things that I'm gonna have to do to push myself in order to have fun, or to just make memories and have a normal life, you know what I mean? I'm getting concealer really quick by Makeup Revolution Beauty, and it's the fast base concealer. It has a little cushy end on it, and this is in the shade C2. And it is a little twisty, and then the concealer comes out of this end here. It's really light and, like, feels really good on your skin. But anyways, what I was saying is, there's a couple, you know, times in the year that I have to push myself to do things. Yeah, I have to sacrifice my health and well-being to do those things. But if I don't do those things, then all I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life is sitting inside of my house and feeling bad for myself. And while I can't go out and do things like normal people can, if there was an event, or, you know, something came up or whatever, and I was having surgery, or, you know, I would hope that the Sephora team that, you know, picks the people to be on the Sephora squad would be understanding of my condition. One of the biggest points of me applying for this is to show that people with rare diseases deserve to, you know, be an influencer who can, you know, inspire people and isn't normal, and yeah, might not be able to do everything because of her health, and to educate people about that. But I will do my best to, like, go to every event, and yeah, I would push myself, and not push myself in, like, a bad way, but just, like, you know, I've flown to Maryland to speak at Fibrous Dysplasia Family Conference, and it was very difficult. And it was a couple of days, but, you know, I did it, and I was really proud of myself. I got home and I was struggling, and I had a hard time recovering, and I had a hard time during the conference, but everybody was so understanding. You know, it was nice, and I would just hope that people who work at Sephora, as they read through the applications, that they would take that into consideration for somebody like me. I totally just set my face with some Kat Von D lockout powder in translucent. So this is after foundation and concealer. This is exactly what I want my face to look like. It looks like a blank canvas. I love it. It looks smooth. Yeah, these products, love them, love them, love them. I'm gonna do my eyebrows next, because that's just what I do, and we'll talk some more. Just what I'm hoping is that if I'm chosen, and I'm not getting my hopes up about anything, let me just get that clear. I am hopeful that I, you know, did enough. I tried my hardest, and I tried to be as honest as possible, and, you know, like, I don't care quantity, you know, of how many testimonials I get. That's not really, like, what's important to me. What's important to me is, like, the messages in the testimonial. Because, yeah, you can have, like, a whole bunch of followers who just, you know, write one sentence and, you know, or this person's great at makeup or something. From what I've been learning in reading, hold on, I, like, really need to focus. What I've been reading in your comments or your messages that you guys have been sending me have been just, like, the sweetest things, like, just that anybody's ever, like, said about me. I don't know, like, I've cried a couple of times, like, reading them, because, like, lately I've been feeling very, very, very depressed, and you don't talk about it very much, because I feel like people look at me like I'm an inspiration or something, which, it, you know, is really nice, but, like, at the same time, sometimes I get scared to say, like, I'm really struggling. Like, I get scared, which is stupid, because I think you guys would, like, understand, but whenever I get, like, really depressed, for some reason, I just, like, break down, and I don't like talking about it. I have a hard time expressing myself. I internalize things a lot. I just have a hard time. I have been struggling quite a bit with a few different things, and I haven't been able to really get to therapy and see my therapist because of my health. So not having my therapist to even talk to has, like, really affected just, like, everything. But I was able to see her this week, and it was nice. I didn't get a full session. I got, like, a 25-minute session. Sorry, I'm really focused on my eyebrows right now. This eyebrow looks really good. This eyebrow is always my most difficult eyebrow. And I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. Just, I'm having a hard time, you know, and it was nice to be able to see my therapist. I feel like right now, for me, there's, like, not really a light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like things have been really unknown lately. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I feel confused and scared and lonely. I'm not even telling you guys what I'm doing, but I feel much better about this brow. I'm basically just, like, very lightly shaping them with some of the leftover foundation from doing my whole face. But my eyebrows are done. Oh, let's just get that all over my sweater. We're gonna do a fast eyeshadow look. We'll just do some, like, neutral stuff. So my health. I need to have an exam done to clear me to have my neurostimulator trial. Neurostimulator is a little implant that goes in your back to help control pain. Now that I've had my spine surgery and my pain is still horrible, this is like kind of like my last option before, I don't know, I don't even want to think about what would happen if the neurostimulator didn't work. But I need clearance from a doctor that I'm okay and good to go. I'm gonna just say really quick, I'm gonna use the Pretty Pink eyeshadow palette. I went to Ulta and like totally impulsively saw this and I bought it because, can you blame me? Can you? Sorry, I bought it because I had some awesome, it's like a jewelry box and it keeps like wanting to close on me. It has some awesome like just natural shades, and then down here it's kind of like dark, and like literally this is like the colors that I normally just like gravitate to when it comes to palettes, or the colors that I put on my eyes. So like I've been obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with makeup, I'm sorry, I just love it so much. And I love these shimmers. They go on like watch. I'm barely gonna touch this. Just the tiniest. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. So I'm gonna like try to like put it back on there. But I'm gonna use this palette. And we're just gonna go soft and neutral. Anyways, I'm back to my story. So I saw this doctor about a year ago in April, because I was going to have spine surgery and my left leg, it showed that I had active tumors in my leg, and I'm walking around with a fracture in my knee at the moment. I needed like, you know, some options for what I could do to make sure I was okay when I had my spine surgery, because with my condition, like the last thing I needed was to like have this spine surgery and then like fall and like on the ground when I'm relearning how to stand or walk or sit, and it just would have been really bad. So like my FT doctor before that, he was at the same location, and then he moved to a different state, and like I was heartbroken because like he did a lot of my surgeries and he was just like the best of the best. If you have a doctor named Dr. Nystrom and he's an orthopedic oncologist, you're lucky. I was told by Dr. Nystrom that his replacement that she was already educated about, you know, my case, and she was educated about fibrous dysplasia, and I was like, and I was really, you know, like, I was really scared, and he knew that I was scared, and he reassured me, you know, this doctor is great, she knows all about you, I can't wait for you to meet her. I go to meet her, and I'm asking her, I'm like, what can I do to protect my leg, you know, before I have the surgery? And funny thing is, I had seen another doctor in between when my doctor left and this new doctor at Loyola came, because I needed to be seen and I was having issues. So I had seen this doctor in Chicago in the meantime while this other doctor was transferring to the hospital that I normally go to, and he had all these ideas, you know, on like what he could do to help, and I really liked him, but I was hoping that, you know, like I could see this new doctor because they're closer to me when the other doctor is all the way in Chicago, and it would just be nice if I could have all my doctors at Loyola. Well, this doctor looks at me and says, there's nothing that I could do to help you. I have no idea what I could do to help you, sorry. And I'm like, well, can you like recommend anything, you know, like any therapies, any treatments? And I mentioned to her this brace that Dr. Hayden had mentioned to me, which is like an offloader brace. It's supposed to help support one side of your knee when the other side is bad. And I mentioned it to her and she was like,
I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't think it's going to work, but I'll write the script anyways.